gentlemen, please exit the premises at this time. You about to go on a hell of a ride. Keep your legs in the vehicle at all times, but keep them things wide. Ever since March 93, I ain't been right.
All right, everybody, welcome to this segment of Sit Down with the Boss. First of all, go like and subscribe to the channel, Crime Family TV 1 and 2 on YouTube. Hit the notification bell. Today we got two special guests in the building. We got a Corpus Christian legend, and we got a new one upcoming. From Kirk to Loud, man. Go ahead and introduce yourself and let them know where you're from.
I go by SGF Kirk, and I represent South Texas, and it's a real pleasure to be here.
It's your boy LOUDMOUFA, one of the founding members of the Gotti gang, and owner of Group 44.
Already, now, Kirk, where you originally from?
I grew up living in Ingleside, and I moved to Corpus as an adult, and yeah.
Yeah, what is it like growing up as a youngster in Ingleside?
It wasn't a whole lot to do. It was a pretty small town. Like everybody knows everybody, and so I kind of found music as like my thing I like to do to pass time.
Really, now, King Loud. Where's the LOUDMOUFA from?
Shit, I'm here, born and raised Corpus Christi, Texas. More specifically, I'm raised off of the Holly and Airline area, right there on the south side, known as Glen Arbor Park. Treyway Apartments and Gulfway Apartments are also there. I grew up in Glen Arbor Park, and then as a teenager I moved to Oso Park. So I'm from the south side, but more specifically Glen Arbor Park and Oso Park.
Really, now, what's it like on the south side growing up as a youngster?
On the cool, it was its own different vibe. You know what I mean? A lot of you motherfuckers gonna call me sheltered and shit. Fuck y'all, I went hard though. Nah, I got love for y'all though. Yeah, a lot of people on the south, you know, it was kind of in the '90s. It was where you hit a lick basically, and you got you a little money, so you try to move out to where we was. My family lived in a blue collar neighborhood. Everybody was a working family. Some two-parent homes, some single-parent homes, but everybody was like a blue-collar neighborhood. I actually went to my mom tried to put me in a private school, but it was in the middle of the hood. So I went to a private school that was dead in the middle of LOUDMOUFA. If anybody is familiar with LOUDMOUFA projects, there's a little school. There's two schools in the middle. One was Travis Elementary, and across the street there's a little private school called Christ the King. That's where I went to elementary right there, and LOUDMOUFA and Christ the King for all my elementary. But so I got a glimpse of, you know, I mean, a lot of things that was going on in early '90s. But the South Side was cool, man. It was cool. We had a big I guess you would say an explosion of gang activity as well in the '90s that took over the whole city. We felt it on the south side as well. Though, you know, there was a lot of red be worn in my neighborhood back then in those days. So it was cool. You know, I wasn't too different from anywhere else, but we probably didn't have the crime rate like the West and the North did at that time. But we had a lot of shit going on. But it was cool. You know what I mean? It was cool.
Already, now, Kirk, what age did Kirk jump off the porch in that music game and decide to start writing that music?
I actually made my first song when I was 13. I told this same story on your interview that I was given an old desktop, like a 2000s desktop, man, and
Adele.
Yeah, it was like Adele. I laid on the floor and like plugged a Ethernet cord into it and like ripped some bootleg software off the internet, and that's how I started making music. And I had like a cheap ass Walmart microphone, but I just made it work, and it just like kept evolving as I got older, and I did it kind of off and on, but I started taking it a lot more serious about like 2 years ago.
Now, what was the songs? I interviewed you first, I can ask you this. The first song you recorded, so they can go back and check it out, remember?
Oh yeah, you could look it up. You could find it by looking up my name, and it's called Take This. And I think I was like 12 or 13. Yeah, I think I just turned 13 when I made it. I mean, it exists, but it's hard to find. So find it if you can.
Now, what age were you when you decided to jump into this rap game?
Oh man, I was older, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I was probably 19. I had already I had started dabbling in freestyling, and I never ever thought I would be in a music thing, but I met some partners in high school that basically would mimic exactly what SUC was doing as far as like freestyling and recording on tapes. I started hanging out with them. They were known as Young Trills at the time. So I started hanging out with Young Trills, and they started taking it more serious, going to studios and doing actual songs on actual beats recorded on that. And so I started hanging around, peeping the scene more, and then I started attempting to go to my own studio sessions, which were only freestyle at the time. It wasn't until I was about probably like 19, probably even, yeah, it was 19, 20, right around there. I started, you know what, I'm going to go start recording these songs. And I hooked up with Gentleman G was the first producer I ever hooked up with. And when I met him, I got introduced to him indirectly through somebody else, and me and him linked up along with Cody Kirst. So Gentleman G and Cody Kirst were my first producers. And after I started recording with them, that's when the seriousness kind of came, and talking about albums and putting out actual mixtapes. And you know, we started the burning of our own mixtapes and hand-to-hand shit around there. So I was like 19, so that was probably like 2000, maybe 2001, some shit like that, 2002.
Really, now, who were some of your influences at the time?
At that particular time, man, real heavy. 50 Cent was on fire at that time, but like Tupac's always been a big influence of mine. Jadakiss has always been. Nas. I listened to some Zero early on. He was him and Scarface were an influence on my pen game. I listened to Cormega. I listened to some Wu-Tang, Ghostface Killer. I listened to a lot of different things at that particular time, not just like what was going on in the South, because there was a lot going on as far as like Houston was concerned, and a lot of people were really focused on the local scene and the regional scene, and I'm over here listening to Jadakiss and, you know, listening to Noriega and shit, and people over here they're jamming the new you know, Wasp Nest or the new Big Mo that's coming out or something like that at that particular time. So I was kind of out of my own range regionally, but that's pretty much you know, what was my inspirations at the time. But really my biggest one is Pac, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I really shout out to Pac, rest in peace, man. Now, Kirk, you sing, you rap, you do a little bit of everything. So now your influences probably gonna be singing, rapping, everybody. Name a couple of your influences.
Well, like early influences was like I listened to like the Rolling Stones and a lot of like rock type of stuff. That's kind of what my dad was into, and he also had a couple of tapes that had like Public Enemy and like it was mostly like compilation tapes. The rap ones were, and it had like Public Enemy, Ice Cube, and just like a variety of different like hip hop stuff. And the first time I listened to that, I just kind of knew it was like this is kind of for me. Like I liked it a lot, and whenever I got a little bit older, I got real like deep into it. Like I got influenced by like he said 50 Cent. I liked Eminem a lot, and also I've taken a lot of influence from like classic artists, like artists that everyone knows, and also a lot of newer artists. Like Juice WRLD is a big one for me. I really love his music, and it influenced a lot of my sound, and it like his style made me want to be like more diverse with my style. I also trying to think. Wiz Khalifa is one of my favorite artists too. He ever since I heard his Flight School mixtape, like I've just been like a Wiz Khalifa fan. So like there's just been like a lot of great artists that have shaped my style, and so I try to make a variety. not like some MC style of rapping shit, like singing shit, like some new school. Like I just try to do a lot of everything, and I almost feel like I got alter egos with it. Like some days I'll really try to like rap some like real hard shit, and then some days I make like deeper songs like about losing a loved one or like a real serious topic. So
that's good though, right? That's always good, man. You don't ever want to be put in a box. I'm kind of the same way.
Already.
Yeah,
Now, speaking of not being put in the box, man, I'm going to speak on this group, Legendary in Corpus. Let's talk about how y'all started Gotti Gang.
Gotti Gang. Man, really, in all honesty, it was kind of just a sequence of events, man. At the particular time, this particular time, it's probably 08, 09, something like that. Willie and Green, Willie Nichols and Green were working in the Valley with a group at the time called Rock Bottom G's that was headed up by Drophy and Dollar Bill on production, and they were out there working. Well, whatever happened, a series of events occurs. Willie and Green end up back in Corpus. At this particular time, I haven't met Willie face to face, but of course I heard of him. And Green is my man's at this time. So Green already knows Willie. Well, Willie and Green wanted to do a song called Gotti Gang that ended up turning into a mixtape idea that was going to be Green and Willie. And they recorded 2 songs for this mixtape. And then what ended up happening was Elite One was working at 102.9, and they were taking local submissions for a Sunday hour show called, man, I can't remember what it was called, but it was a local radio hour show at the time Elite One was putting on. So I did one, I put my submission in, it made the cut or whatever, it got played on that Sunday. Like I said, this is like in 09. So like, boom, we played it. Green and Willie also had their Gotti Gang song on the radio as well. So that was the actual first time Gotti Gang released anything. And Gotti Gang originally was just Green and Willie. And then after that, Green had a conversation with Willie because at this particular time I had kind of branched away from the group that I was rapping with at the time, Young Trills. It kind of became a little bit more serious for me and a little less serious for the other people in the group at the time. So I kind of just continued to progress and move forward and basically became a solo artist. And at that particular time, Green kind of just introduced the idea of bringing me into what would be the idea then of Gotti Gang. And so we ran it past Willie. Willie hadn't met me at the time, but he had heard me. And then so we kicked the idea to him. He said, all right, well, let's meet up. We met up, and like the vibe was there instantly. So that's kind of how we started. We hooked up with Vendetta, and then we started doing some marketing as Gotti Gang. We had our own website, and then all of that, and that was like 08, 09. Around that time, and that's basically how it started. From there, it just grew it just spread like wildfire. Everybody wanted to kind of support the concept of it, the idea of what we were kind of standing for, and it was kind of like it was the anti. Now I wouldn't say the anti, but it was the alternative to what was going on at that particular time in 2009 and 2010. We were still trying to, keep it lyrical and things regionally in Texas was kind of sounding different. So we wanted to sound our own way, but be where we were from and talk about the things that we were from, but just do it in a more lyrical manner that, we felt needed to be said. And that's basically how it came about, on the cool. And then it just turned into this crazy movement that I had no idea would happen like that. So.
Already, man. Shout out to the Gotti Gang.
Yeah, that's cool.
Now, Kirk, have you ever been in a group?
Actually, no. I've always just well, I've done like a good amount of collabs with people in the past and stuff, but I never formed a group. Like I've always kind of wanted to, and that might be a new development in the future. But oh no, because there's a lot of rap groups that I fuck with heavy. Like D12 growing up, I thought D12 was like the coldest MCs like ever. And I've actually like worked with somebody from Eminem Slaughterhouse, King Crooked, and
Crooked Eye,
yes, aka Crooked Eye, and I also work with Corrupt from Snoop Dogg's Dog Pound. So like, I definitely love hip hop, but I also like to make singing type of stuff as well. And on the singing stuff, even though it's like it was a secondary thing, the response I was getting from that, I was like, okay, this is it. Like, I still love like rap, and I still plan on doing it, but I've kind of more like, I was like, okay, this is it. Like, this is what people want to hear. So like, I just try to perfect that style and make it kind of like my main thing.
Really? Now, we speaking on Green. For those that don't know, let them know who Gotti Green is.
Shit, my brother Gotti Green, he's one of the founding, artists, like I said, Gotti Gang. But not only that, before that, he's one of the most earlier, I would say, heavy marketed artists coming out of the city as far as independent artist goes, independent hustle goes, independent sales go. He kind of helped lay a major blueprint for what an independent artist coming out of the city should be shooting for or doing. As far as early on, he was one of the first artists to have, these bigger features before all these other guys. No disrespect to nobody, but I mean, we know what it is. Let's call a spade a spade. And my G Gotti Green was doing it from the beginning. Nobody else had Kevin Gates features except for, I think, Flatline and Young Zone. And that was it. He had a Kevin Gates feature early on. He had a Sauce Walker feature early on. He has a Lil Kiki feature that he didn't even barely promote that you can find on Google right now on iTunes as well. But yeah, man, Free Gotti Green. He's that's my brother. I'm holding him down. I don't just say Free Gotti Green. I'm about that. So we trying to get everything wrapped up for his parole lawyer and everything. And he did get 8 non-act, but money talks. So we about to bring that boy home sooner than that. But just know that when he touches down, it's on, and it's nothing but business after that. My homie's he's motivated. He's clean. He's in great shape. He's sober. His mind's right. So we're gonna get back to it, but. Yeah, Free Gotti Green, man, very influential brother, friend, artist, just everything. Can't say enough about the guy, man. I love my bro.
Oh, really? Now, Kirk, one thing I learned, man, after I met you got a hell of a nick for advertising and marketing.
Oh yeah. I've spent hours in front of the computer just like going on YouTube and figuring out different marketing techniques. I've experimented with putting a set amount of money into ads too, and I've gotten good returns on certain ads that I've placed on the internet. And I didn't get results for the first, I think like 4 weeks, but I spent it every week. Like I got like a good, like the impressions were good, but I wasn't really receiving a lot from it. And I thought about like investing it in a different way, but I just kept doing it. And I found that with YouTube ads, for every penny that you spend, you could get like a real person to like view your stuff. And so I started spending like $25 a week every single week on just the YouTube ads. And I got like a pretty good return just like off of the internet advertising. And it's pretty crazy that if you even check on like some of like my videos and stuff, you'll see I came here from an ad. So it's just like the power of ads. Like I always tell people, if you have a limited budget, just put whatever you can into ads, because you could get real looks. And it kind of I think the best way to get your music out is by doing stuff like that with marketing. I also experimented with like playlisting and that type of thing. like what I would do, and this is kind of like cheating, but it's not. You know what I mean? I'd take the most popular, relevant artists and put them in a playlist, and I would sneak a couple of my songs in there on this big long playlist. So I started running ads on the playlist, and not like, hey, go check out SGF Kirk, because people who don't know, like, I mean, they're not, you know what I mean? They're less likely to tap into that. So I started advertising like, hey, y'all go check out this playlist that has like Justin Bieber, Drake, Juice WRLD, The Kid Laroi, like artists like that, and running ads on that. So it's like people are like they're there for those names,
Yeah,
but
for sure.
and
then when your song pops up, they're like, oh shit, who's this? Okay. And now since your name's automatically connected with those, they'll assume that you're at that level of, you know.
And I always try to pick my best work to sneak in there, just so, like, just so whenever they listen, they'll think it's like they'll be like, oh, like,
yeah,
like it doesn't sound any different, like it's good enough to like be a part of it, and so I've gotten a good return doing that too. Like I'm talking like thousands of views like every day from just that. Yeah. And it's free. I just made a playlist and put, you know, big artist names and snuck some of my shit in there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Now, Loud, what's a couple of songs they can go find with Loud on some of your more favorite songs that you've been on with videos?
Oh man, it depends if you're looking for the street version of me, but I got, or you know, the commercial side or whatever. I make all kinds of different music, but one of the songs that I really like right now that is a song I just did with one of the younger artists coming out of the city named David Brandon. It's called Hold Your Head. It's produced by David Brandon and mixed and mastered by LOUDMOUFA Productions, but it's on YouTube. It's called Hold Your Head. LOUDMOUFA featuring David Brandon. I got another one called let's see. Oh, what's that? What's the name of that song I did with Something Different. There you go. It's produced by Bonnie Wap as well. It's called Something Different. LOUDMOUFA, Something Different. And on that one, I kind of had a message behind it. It's about taking a different route to the street life as opposed to everything that, you know, we're offered out here. Nobody ever tells you about the negative side of it, about the long nights in jail, you know, the long nights wishing someone would write you, shit like that. So that song kind of holds dear to me. It's on Latin Beast TV channel. It's called Something Different by LOUDMOUFA. And then I also got a song I'm putting out for people who lost other people in COVID, people just in general going through these rough times. I'm about to put this video out. I'm shooting right now, but it's with Davis Production House is going to shoot the video. But the song is produced by my man Napalm. It's called Winner's Loss. And once that video comes out, I'm going to be kind of like excited about that video because it kind of talks to the people in general. Because a lot of people lost a lot of people in 2020, 2021. So, man, I don't know which one was worse, 20 or 21. But it kind of touches on those subjects of us losing people and, you know, just trying to stay strong. So be on the lookout for that one. But Something Different and Hold Your Head with David Brandon. You can go check those out on YouTube or check them out on Google. Just Google LOUDMOUFA, LOUDMOUFA. Everything will come up.
All right, now, Kirk, tell us one of the newer songs that you dropped and give us a couple of your favorites they can find online.
My favorites are, I have a song called Drive Me Crazy, and I'm actually shooting a video for it this Sunday. That's one of my most popular ones. I have another song called Feel that I would say is like overall just like people's favorite. I think the features I did with Corrupt and Crooked Eye, like those are some of my favorites too. I also dropped a song today called Scars, and you can find it on all platforms, on Spotify, Apple Music currently. But yeah, I have music scheduled from now until April of next year, like just lined up to drop one after another, and I'm actually like working on some projects as well, and but yeah, so you can find it all just by looking up SGF Kirk on Google, and it'll be the first thing to come up, and it's real easy to get to.
Yeah, that was my next question. Tell them where to find you and what's next for SGS Kirk.
You could like the easiest way is just to Google my name. Like you could also find me on like all social media, just at SGF Kirk all together. So I try to make it real simple for people to just get right to the point. And I have some singing songs coming out real soon. I have a song called Gone that I just recorded it last week, and I really love the way that one came out. I'm really looking forward to dropping that, and I also have some features coming out in the near future, so stay tuned.
No, it's not loud. Where can they find Loud Music at?
Oh shit, man! You just go to I mean, for those that like videos, you just go to YouTube, Google LOUDMOUFA, LOUDMOUFA on any search bar. All my stuff's gonna come up. I got an EP coming out called Stay Hungry. It's gonna be a 5-track EP that's gonna be coming out in this fourth quarter, along with Group 44 putting out Trap Trophy from Gotti Green, and then we also are gonna submit a compilation called Van Full of Goons. That'll be a group effort from Mollywop Productions and myself, along with the Mollywop Productions and Group 44 presenting the Crooked City Street Cypher that we're going to put out as well. So we got a lot of things going on this fourth quarter. But just check it out, man. Anything that you guys want to check out, just like I said, just hit up LOUDMOUFA, LOUDMOUFA. The same thing on Instagram, LOUDMOUFA, Facebook, Twitter. And I should pop up right there. So just go and check that out, man. I appreciate all the supporters. Appreciate all the love. Free Gotti Green. Free my homie OG Crime. That's what it is.
Alright, Kirk, you got a couple of shout outs anybody want to give before you got it?
Oh yeah. First shout out I want to give is just to my family for always supporting what I do. Second shout out I want to give to is my wife. She really supports a lot of what I do, and she actually helps me like stay focused on what I do, because I kind of get a little scatterbrained sometimes. I'd also like to thank Havo G. He's really done a lot to get me heard in the city, and I'm real thankful to have met him. Another person is Dabada, aka Jeff Smith. He actually introduced me to Havo and has put me onto a lot of games. Just like I've noticed that like not all, but like a good portion of like OGs who've been doing music for a good while, they're a little bit more reserved, but he just started sharing everything he knew with me, and he's just like a great person. Man, I feel like there's a million shout outs, but I don't want to give too many, you know what I mean? But oh yeah, I also want to give a shout out to my friend Brandon Johnson. We just been friends for a good while, and he is a big supporter of what I do.
Alright, shout out to Brandon. Well, everybody, we'd like to thank y'all for tuning in to this segment of Sit Down with the Boss. Y'all can find us on Crime Family TV on YouTube, Crime Family 1 and 2. Go check out my partner, Mollywop Productions, man, if you're doing music. Hook up with these two artists sitting in front of the camera. Hook up with this producer in this studio, man. And right now, man, I'd like to salute y'all boys. Y'all keep pushing, man. Don't let nothing stop y'all. Kirk, SGS Kirk, LOUDMOUFA the Mac Pimp, and Sit Down with the Boss. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Check out the Crime Family channel on YouTube.
Oh yeah, thank you.